Welcome to It's Upgrade Season, the only place to get raw and unfiltered advice on how to get your shit together 1 week at a time. I'm your host, Alexandria, and join me every Monday for The Upgrade and every Friday for The Wind Down, where I'm going to be answering your dilemmas. Small shifts, huge upgrades. Let's fucking do this. Hello and welcome to The Wind Down. I always feel like I should do that in like a sexy voice, but I don't know how to put on a sexy voice. It always gives me this like Friday night wind down vibes, but we are here for the wind down. And I wanted to start today by sharing with you all about Cargate, because if you've been following me on Instagram, you all know about Cargate. But guys, I found my car keys. Fucking found the car keys. And I'm going to give you the full debrief, because I'll be honest, I was like, is anyone invested in Cargate? And when I shared on my stories that I'd found the keys, I had literally floods of DMs. Vita, who works for me, was like, the next day, she was like, Alex, so many DMs are coming overnight. Like, you're going to have to record something on Cargate because everyone's asking about this. So I was like, okay, people are invested. And even when I recorded the video, you'll be able to find it on my grid. I've literally labeled it Cargate. It's a little reel. People were like, we need a part 2. So this is going to be the part 1, the part 2. This is going to be the full story of Cargate. So probably, oh my God, 2 months ago now, I came in the house and I had on, I remember specifically what I was wearing. I was wearing my CEO Mama jumper. Shout out to Natalie. She makes the best swag ever. And also shout out to CEO Mama, because it is the best mastermind if you are a mum in business. And I'm wearing leggings. Neither of these things have pockets, which is an important thing to add here. Okay, so I get in the door and I have my sunglasses, my phone, and my keys in my hand. And it's kind of like hard to carry those things. And I can see on the Ring doorbell, me coming through the door with the car keys in my hand. Now, sometimes when I enter the house, there's chaos pretty quickly. I have Coco, who is an overexcited dog, and a big dog. We have Bagel, who behaves more like a cat, to be honest, these days. Jake literally complained the other day, like, Bagel's so avoidant and cat-like these days, but he can be pretty avoidant. But we've got Bagel, who does get excited when you come through the door. I have Leo, who is normally shouting, Mama, Mama. And then depending on if it's Jake or our nanny, like they'll be with Leo. So there's just a lot going on when I walk through the door. So a lot has been going on. This was in a period where I was heavily sleep deprived. Heavily. We've been moving house. The house is chaotic. There's boxes everywhere. The floor's not finished. It's a bit of a shit show, you guys. So I walk into this storm of energy, shall we say, and my car keys go missing. I know they're in the house somewhere, but I cannot for the life of me actually find the car keys. So we realized, I think later that day, that the car keys are missing, and I spend the entire next day searching for my car keys, because I'm like, I can see they're in the house. I need my car keys. We both have our own cars now. We didn't used to need that, but Jake at the moment has a lot of like projects going on around in Austin, so he's out and about a lot. And I feel ridiculous for saying this, but like, I've got Pilates classes to get to. No, I'm joking. I also drive to the studio. I have things that I need to like drive out and about for. It is way more easy if both of us have a car right now. Anyway, I spent literally 8 hours the next day looking for these car keys, being like, well, they're in the house somewhere, and I didn't have pockets. So like, I got to find these car keys. Cannot find the car keys for the life of me. So at this point, we're asking our nanny as well, because I won't go into the ins and outs of it, but like, she has some free time during the day. So she was like, okay, well, I'll help you look for them. So she's been looking for them. Jake's been looking for them. We've all been looking for them. We cannot find the fucking car keys anywhere. It's like these fucking car keys have just evaporated. And what's so frustrating is Jake put in this like super all high-tech security system into our house. I am jumpy as fuck. And he was like, okay, we're going to get this amazing security system so you feel safer. Shout out to anyone else who just is like jumpy as fuck in general around being in the house by themselves. So he puts in a security system that actually has like cameras in our living room. And if there's people in there, it takes like mini recordings. So you can actually go back and see the recordings. Well, the cameras hadn't been set up properly. They'd fitted them like 2 days before, but they hadn't set them up properly. So I'm like, we can watch the cameras. And then they weren't set up. They are now. So basically, I'm just hitting dead ends. I can't fucking find them anywhere. No one else seems to be able to find them anywhere. The car keys aren't showing up. We are going back to the UK and Europe anyway for this trip. So we leave for the trip. But when we're on the trip, we're having a lot of work done in the house. So we now say to the contractors, hey, whilst you're doing all this building work, please can you keep an eye out for any car keys? Because they have, what it seems like, disappeared off the edge of the planet. So they're looking for the car keys whilst we're away. We get back. They've not spotted the car keys. I search again. I'm emptying boxes that we hadn't yet emptied. I'm like looking in random ass places, guys. I am putting on Instagram. I'm like, if anyone has any psychic tips, people are saying, look in your sock drawer, look in your underwear drawer. I'm like scavenging through my sock and underwear drawer. I'm looking in Jake's, don't tell him this. I'm looking in Jake's wardrobe thinking, I bet that fucker picks up my car keys. Jake has a habit of like cleaning up and then getting like memory loss that he's done it. So I'm like, I bet that fucker took my car keys. So I went in his wardrobe. I was like checking his pockets to make sure he didn't have my car keys. Nope. Jake doesn't have the car keys either. So anyway, at a certain point, we call up Land Rover and we're like, we've lost the car keys. Oh, and this is an important part to share, sorry. Our spare car key isn't working. So when we bought the car, we got 2 sets of keys. We only ever used one, and the other one, now we go to use it, isn't working. And also, most importantly, like it has like a metal bit, which is like a kind of manual car key bit. That's not working either. So we call up Land Rover and they're like, okay, well, we're not sure what to do, but like, I think the first step is getting it into the garage. So we will need to tow your car off your drive and take it in. So they come and tow the car off our drive, which actually was quite nice because I can't tell you how frustrating it was looking at my car every day and being like, I can't fucking get in there. So they tow the car off the drive and they take it in and they take this other car key and they're like, yeah, guys, this isn't your car key. We weren't sure if it was just broken or we weren't putting it in properly. They're like, yeah, this is a car key for a completely different car. When you bought the car in Miami, they've given you the wrong car key. So like, interesting, because that sounds like a Miami problem, not an us problem. So we call it Miami and we're like, hey, like, you guys gave us the wrong car key. Like, don't suppose you could find the other car key. So they're working on it. I'd like to shout out how shit they have been because they've been working on it for a while. I actually nearly didn't buy the car from them when I was in Miami. And this is just so interesting because I think it's just such a story of A, being a woman, and B, the differences being in America versus the UK. So they gave me this contract and it had like a list of figures on it and numbers. And it was about like the payments I would make down for the car and then like the upfront payment I would make for the car and then like the ongoing payments. Because my down payment on my car was my entire car budget, but I got carried away and saw the car that I liked and decided to buy it, which is just a classic. So I was like, right, okay. So they gave me this list of numbers. I was like, well, can you talk me through what each of these numbers are? Guys, they couldn't tell me what these numbers were on this contract. And I was like, if you can't tell me what the numbers are, I'm obviously not signing the contract. They got so arsey with me. And I found it so interesting because I've been in this situation only a handful of times, but they were so happy to talk calmly to Jake. But with me, they were so fucking derogatory and just so like, oh, well, you don't get it. And I'm like, no, hun, I don't get it. And neither do you. You can't tell me what's on this contract you're asking me to sign. Like, I need to know what these payments are and what I'm paying for. So anyway, they were a bit of a shit show to begin with, shall we say. Bought the car anyway in the end. I actually found like someone else to finance it because I'm not signing up for financing with someone who can't even tell me what I'm signing for. The reason I point out the difference in the UK, like there's all these laws about being transparent and making sure the consumer understands what they're signing for. Whereas over here, apparently even who is creating the contract doesn't know what they're creating. So anyway, Miami have been a bit of a shit show. They're like, right, we'll get back to you. In the meantime, we speak to Land Rover in Austin and they've been really helpful, but they're like, guys, this is going to cost you $5,000. They're like, we need to break into your car. And then once we've broken into your car, we have to replace your security system because it will have like set it off and then give you new keys. And we're like, oh my God, how has losing a set of keys turned into a $5,000 problem? So they've let us know this and Jake's like, should we pull the trigger? And I'm like, no, just hold off. And I just had this feeling. I was like, I just want to hold off. Like, I've got a feeling these keys are coming back. I was manifesting hard, you guys. I was in my trust and I was like, I've just got a feeling these keys are coming back. Like, they can't have actually disappeared off the face of the planet. I know that they came into the house. Let's just hold off on this. So in the meantime, he's speaking to Miami and he's like, you guys need to pay for this if this does happen, because like in our contract, and actually shout out to Anna, because one of my previous clients DM'd me and she was like, actually, if in their contract they have sold you 2 keys and they haven't fulfilled that contract, then that's on them because the car's out of warranty at this point. I was like, okay, noted. So Jake's been going back to Miami, basically being like, you know, you sold us the car with 2 keys. You haven't given us 2 keys, so you need to pay for this. We also had Austin Land Rover say like, we would pay for this if we'd fucked up like in this way. So like those guys should, but they're not, they're like different franchises. So anyway, I'm like, hold off. He's going to Miami in the meantime. The other night we are sat on the couch. I'm watching Love Island. And Jake gets this random ass phone call. Now, he wouldn't normally answer a call at this time of night. It was probably like 8 p.m. But he said it was an Austin number. So he decided to answer. And I can hear him on the phone. And he's like, no, this isn't Alexandria speaking, but this is her husband. Like, I'm Jake. Can I help you? What's going on? And then he gets up and leaves the room. And I'm like, this feels a bit sketch. Like, what's going on right now? I don't know, it just felt weird. I was like, what's going on? Because it's random he would answer a call at that time of night anyway. He comes back in the room. He's like, Alex, I have your car keys. What has just happened? Okay. So someone has called Jake and they have a rug. And in the rug, they have found our car keys. Okay, so here is what happened. Here's the full backstory on this. We ordered a rug from Lulu in Georgia. And when the rug arrived, we realized, A, it was damaged. And B, we realized, like, because of the type of rug it is, it's just not going to work with dogs. You guys, buying rugs with dogs is like it's a whole different ball game. I would actually say less from a cockapoo because we never had an issue with Bagel. But like with what is basically a Labrador and claws, it's a whole different ball game. So the rug's not going to work. We call Lulu in Georgia. There's actually a whole shit show around this. But anyway, we get the rug returned. So they pick up the rug from our house. The rug has gone back to them. This guy is basically someone who buys returned goods from luxury brands. So often those brands, instead of paying to like restock it, repackage it, all the rest of it, instead of doing that, they will actually sell that returned item onto someone who is like a reseller for a like fraction of the price, because that helps them recoup costs. And then these resellers go on and sell those goods themselves. So this guy is one of these guys in Austin. He buys those returned goods from certain brands at a fraction of the price, and then he goes and sells them on. So he had actually bought our rug from Lulu in Georgia and received this rug that he planned to sell on. He has this little 8-year-old kid. And his kid is like unrolling the rug or whatever and finds the car keys in the middle of the rug. Okay. He then apparently like phones Lulu in Georgia. I mean, God knows about privacy around information here, but whatever. I'm glad. He calls them and is like, hey, like I've got found these car keys in this rug that I bought as the return. Like who originally bought it? Because I'm assuming they're their car keys. Gets our details and calls us. What a nice man. Like, what a nice man. He has gone to effort here to track us down, to return our car keys to us. So he calls us and he's like, I have your car keys. Guys, this guy is 12 minutes away. This guy is 12 minutes away. So we went up the next day, we picked up the car keys. But when we asked him about it, he also said the car keys were like in the rug. Now, we never fully unwrapped this rug. This was like a huge, I think like 9x12 rug for our living room. We literally, because it was damaged on the outside, and then we literally unfolded it like in part and we looked at the material like this is not going to work. So I actually don't know how the fuck our car keys got into the center of the rug. There's either two things that are happening here. There's like some glitch and it's worked in my favor because the universe was like, I'm going to return her car keys to her now. Or Leo got my car keys and was shoving them in things, which I've seen him do before, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility. So anyway, we have the car keys back. We have incurred some charges in the towing of the car so far. And we need to get a new key reprogram, but we are hoping that Miami's going to pay for that. So that will be my final update that at some point. But it just goes to show, you know, the world works in mysterious ways, but miracles are real because we've got the car keys back. We're not going to have to pay $5,000 and I am finally going to have my car back. I wouldn't say I'm a car person in general, but I fucking love my car and I'm excited for this. So that is the full car gate update. But on today's wind down, I wanted to actually offer like a little upgrade. And this is a little upgrade in terms of believing in yourself. I have realized something recently, really recapping my own journey, but also recapping the journey of some of the clients I've worked with and the friends that I have. And I've realized I have a belief that is against conventional wisdom. So the conventional wisdom is that you have to believe in yourself. And I've realized I don't think that's true. So I don't believe you have to believe your biggest dreams are possible for you. I don't believe you have to believe that your wildest manifestations are your destiny and 100% gonna have to come true. But what I do believe is you need to get the fuck out of your own way. And those are two different things. So having rock solid belief in yourself is fully feeling and believing on an energetic cellular level that this is possible for me, that this is happening, that my success is inevitable. I don't think that's always possible. It's really hard in particular to have that self-belief when you don't have evidence yet. Is it possible? Yes. But do I think it's hard? Also, yes. Okay. I think what is easier to access is getting the fuck out of your own way. Because here's what happens in the belief cycle as I see it. When you don't believe in yourself, you start cock blocking yourself. You stop going for opportunities. You stop putting yourself out there. You stop taking actions. You stop being consistent. Consistent is actually one of the most unsexy, but guaranteed pathways to success. Okay. So those are all the things you stop doing. You say no to opportunities. You don't see opportunities when you don't believe in yourself. And I think it's this cock blocking, getting in your own way, which is actually the issue. So if you can just stop cock blocking yourself, which is much easier when you do believe in yourself, which is why I think people often focus on beliefs. But when you can stop cock blocking yourself, you can unlock all these opportunities, all these possibilities. You can start to be consistent. You can start to take more actions. You can start to get yourself out there more. That's when magical things happen. So I wanted to share some of the things I didn't believe that were possible, but have fucking happened. I didn't believe that I could have a 6-figure week in my business. There were times I struggled to believe I could even have a 6-figure business. I didn't believe I could get this podcast charting as high as it did when we launched. I didn't believe that I could find the most incredible man who would not only want to love me, but marry me, pinch me. And I'm not sure I truly believed I could live a nomad life. When I was sat at my desk scrolling through Instagram, seeing all these people traveling the world and what was possible for them, I don't think I truly believed that was possible for me too. I think I thought that was for other people. But what I did do was get the fuck out of my own way. What I did do is start to take steps towards those. And of course, part of that was working on my beliefs. Of course, I was doing affirmations. Of course, I was trying to rewrite the subconscious mind. Of course, that was part of it. But I just wanted to share this with you today because if you are in a place where there's some really fucking big things you want in your life, and that could be anything from, you know, a 7-figure business to starting a farm in Mallorca. I keep bringing this one up because I love the idea of this. It's okay if you don't fully believe they're possible for you right now. It's okay. You don't need to believe they are fully possible for you in order for them to be possible for you, because those things are a possibility for you. But what you do need to start doing is getting out of your own way. So what I really encourage you to do is for the next 7 days, ask yourself that at the start of the day. If I believe this was possible for me, what would I do? If I believe my success was inevitable, what would I do? What would I believe? and go from that place and start to take actions from there. Because I promise you do that for 7 days, you'll start to see everything starting to shift in your favor. If you are on the trajectory right now of wanting to manifest something epic, I am going to have to do a shout out because I have got the most insane live program launching called Quantum Reality. This is like the Love Island Villa, but instead of finding love, you are going to unlock the keys to your most epic reality. We are going to go on a manifestation extravaganza for 8 weeks where I'm going to be sharing with you really potent downloads and teachings, but also really importantly here, taking you through activations. A lot of people teach you how to do manifestation. I want to teach you how to embody manifestation so that you're not relying on a 90-minute morning routine in order to be manifesting epic shit into your life. Okay? So across the 8 weeks, I'm going to be teaching you how the fuck to get out of your way. I'm going to be supporting you in manifesting the most insane opportunity, the most incredible friendship, whatever it may be for you within those 8 weeks as well, because I've got some really juicy practices lined up that I haven't shared previously. And I'm going to be there offering live hot seat coaching as well. I want to be supporting you in your business. I want to be supporting you in your life and helping you to make those bold shifts and bold moves to change the trajectory of your life. So we're going to be beginning the week commencing the 1st of July. It's going to be an 8-week live journey. If you can't join us live, then you can be joining the recordings. You do not want to miss out on this. This is a beta round as well. So instead of this being a $2,000 plus program, I can't believe we're doing this still, but we're offering it for $555. So that's 8 weeks of live programming. That is a Voxer community group where you're going to connect with the most epic women. The women who've joined so far, like I fucking love them. I've got some friends joining. I've got some previous clients joining. Some women who have never been in my world joining. And you are also going to get the opportunity for that hot seat coaching as well. So we can help you make some really big shifts. And there's going to be practices, I call it soul work, not homework after my friend Iona called it that. But it's going to be the most incredible 8 weeks. It really is going to shift everything for you. So I'm going to leave all the details in the show notes. I really hope you can join us in that journey. And if you're planning on joining us retreat and you pay in full prior to then as well, you're going to get it for free, babes, as the most juicy bonus ever. So that's it from me today with the wind down. I am sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much joy. I'm sending you so much abundance. And even if you don't see what's possible for you right now, I am seeing it as possible for you. I love you. I will see you next time.